Boone says he's ready to just take over because I'm taking too long on these long-winded talking videos. He's gonna knock it out for me, but hopefully I get it this take. I got a story for you guys. But my name's Sam, welcome back to the channel. Check out vbeltandson.com, get yourself a fresh bad cherry hat. But title of this video is not wrong, it's not clickbait. We were busted. Not busted super bad, but we were just informed on some of the stuff we need to get back up to date so that we're legal, so we can pass inspections. Now that right there is a big part of this video, is inspections. At one point in time, inspections were a thing. Household, like, you know, people come to your house, do an inspection on your commercial vehicle. That was a thing. Then it went away, and it came back, and we didn't know about it. But let me explain so everybody's on board. This right here is my work truck. Technically, it's just a pickup. It's a Dodge 5500 with a flatbed. But those two things, the weight rating of 5500 and 19.5, plus it being a flatbed, puts it into the category of being a commercial vehicle. I understand all pickup trucks say commercial on the title, but when I say that, I'm talking about commercial truck needing to have a bit inspection. So the flatbed plus the weight rating, bit inspection required. That's what I'm talking about right there. Continue. Plus I use it for work and yada yada. There's probably some way you can get out of it being a commercial vehicle. Put a camper or something behind it. But there's three things I need on this truck to be road legal, to tow what I tow in the state of California. First thing is I need my weight sticker on there. I pay for a 45,000 pound, there we are, right there, weight sticker. You have to pay that every year. It's kind of expensive, but that covers my gross combined weight. That is truck, trailer, and machine. Can't exceed 45,000 pounds. That's right about what my rating's at, combined weight. And I need to have my last name and my CA number. I don't need a D.o.t number because technically there's a D.o.t number tied to the CA number. So that's where it gets juicy, is the CA number. Because when I got this truck, I just got my Class A, and there was this thing called a bit inspection. It was every other year, a guy would come out to your house to make sure that your commercial vehicle was roadworthy. And that means he does a safety inspection on the whole thing. Checks your tires, checks your brakes, checks your steering, make sure everything's nice and tight, not going to fall apart and kill somebody going down the road. Things that you should check yourself anyway, because last time I checked, if you're driving the truck, you're a passenger if something breaks. So when I got this thing, I went forth to get my own D.o.t number, my own CA numbers and all that stuff so I could be on my own. But it was a little bit of a pain at the time. They actually sent my paperwork back because I didn't have this, I didn't have that. The insurance was going to be expensive. So I just talked to my dad. He's had the CA number for 20 years. I figured I'll just hop on his. It's easy to hop on another vehicle to it. So that's what I did. I added my dad's name to my title of the truck. Then I grabbed his CA number, slapped it on the door. By doing that, I actually saved a bunch of money because he's had his commercial insurance for a long time. So I was pretty grateful for that, because you call it daddy's boy or not. All right, you save 10 grand or 10 grand or whatever the insurance was going to be. You take it while you can, because that's a lot of money and people work hard for their money. Don't need to be giving it away if you don't have to. So that's where it got juicy. But back in the day, the bit inspection thing canceled. It did not fall upon you to call the guy every other year to come out and have your truck inspected. It became the responsibility of D.o.t at the scales, and they would give you your inspection and you'd be on your way if you passed. But now we were just informed that the bit inspection's back and they actually got to make house calls. How we found out about that is the good part of the story. CA number. That's what makes us technically commercially legal. To have that on there, you have to have it. It almost got canceled because the phone number pertaining to that number from 20 years ago was the house phone at my dad's house. He doesn't use a house phone anymore. Who uses a house phone anymore? Everybody's got a cell phone. But every year that my dad renews, he filed it with his new cell phone number, which he's had for 10 years, 14 years anyway. So every year it's had his updated contact information, his updated phone number. But DMV just didn't want to update it. They see it on the paperwork, but they didn't put it in the computer, so when somebody goes and tries to hunt him down to inform him that he has to have an inspection on his commercial vehicles, they can't get a hold of him. But lo and behold, God bless this gentleman, because the D.o.t bit program, however you want to call it, highway patrol employee that does inspections was nice enough to save my dad's information after 1 month trying to call him, to he came by the house. He made a house call to see what was going on, why he wasn't returning his phone calls, and passed the information to my uncle who was there at the time. We were out on a job. We called the gentleman up. He actually came out even farther. He came to the job to do the inspection, but he didn't just let us off the hook, you know, or he didn't just put us on trial immediately. There was a couple things that we needed to have that we didn't know about. Obviously, CA number, weight sticker, and everything, that's all up to date. Everything's paid for on that. But to have the inspection, we have to have a couple more things, you know, present at the time of the inspection. Now, mind you, I run within a 100-mile radius of home base or base camp or whatever you want to call it. So I don't technically need to carry a logbook or ELD like over-the-road kind of guys do. But I never carried one because I didn't need to. But you got to keep track of your hours in some form, and that is, it's insurance for yourself, and that it makes sense. And I'm not, you know, bummed that we're gonna have to start doing this, but hours and mileage in service on the day. So if we go out to work, drive to work, work that shift, you're working those hours. You don't want to go over your hours and be groggy and cause an accident, or in which case you don't cause an accident and somebody runs into you, you're out of service, you can't talk because you're injured, you can't defend yourself, saying it was actually their fault, they cut in front of me. Everybody's gonna go to the commercial driver and try to put the blame on him right off the bat, because I don't know why the system's like that. It's the commercial drivers put on trial before every other one. Who knows? But if you have a piece of paper saying that, no, I was only, you know, working for 5 hours and I only worked 6 hours yesterday, or however it may be, you can, you know, without being there, defend yourself and saying, no, I wasn't groggy, I didn't fall asleep, I didn't run in the other lane. So it's insurance for yourself. And then another part of that is the inspections. You're still supposed to have an inspection done on your truck every 90 days, and you can still do that. So every 90 days or less, crawl underneath your truck and make sure all your steering components are tight, and keep logs of all that. So the repair list, inspection to make sure everything, including the trailer, you have to have all this stuff. So you can keep this stuff at your home base, but you know, make sure your horn works, make sure your mirrors are all good, all lights and stuff, because you want to be able to have some, you know, charts saying that, you know, I inspected it last week, or it could have been yesterday you inspected it and everything was good. It's all stuff to, you know, it's going to defend you if something goes south, to make sure everything's up to code and up to date. You're going to go through your truck like you do anyway and make sure your brakes work, because you don't want to get hurt driving your truck. Nobody wants to get hurt doing anything. If you do want to get hurt, kind of weird. All right, a couple more things I forgot to talk about when I was out there walking around my truck, talking to myself with the camera in my hand. Now, beyond grateful that the gentleman was willing to go above and beyond his call of duty to make sure that we weren't put out of operation. Now, he could have canceled our policy at any point in time when he could not contact us. Wouldn't, no reaching back, you know, there's no communication, you know, he could just shut us down. But he made the house call. He did the work, and we need more people like that, you know, because the way he put it is, he said he saw that we were paying every year on time to keep that CA number live. And the way he puts it is, he saw that we wanted to keep working. And he's completely correct. And just because things changed and he couldn't get a hold of us, doesn't mean he's just going to quit and move on to the next case and drop this one. Because driving down the road, you can't tell that CA number might have been discontinued. But if we would have got an accident, got pulled over or something, and found out that we weren't above board with, you know, having the commercial numbers on the side paid in full, you know, that's a different subject that we don't want to go into. So as of right now, Dad, his inspection is just for his truck, because he's non-CDL. And for me, I am CDL, so I have to have the same inspection on the truck, inspection of the trailers, and I have to go get another drug test. I just got one to get my CDL renewed. Physical and everything, and then I have to do a random drug test pool that I got to enter into. So I guess they pick somebody every once in a while to get drug tested to make sure that, you know, you're not trying to slip in under the radar with some drugs, which I'm not. And I ain't got time for that crap. But right now he's gonna come back in a month, you know, because that's what he's doing with a lot of people, because nobody's informed on this new policy going into effect, because it's been so long since the BIT program was a thing. And, you know, which I appreciate, because if not, then he would just be going down, shutting down everybody, and that's not fun for him to do. You imagine having to be that guy to go to every commercial truck operation going, where's your paperwork, where's this, where's that, for stuff you don't even know about. Now there's going to be some people on here be like, oh yeah, you should have known about that, you should have known. We're a small operation. I just have a pickup that happens to need you know, a couple extra pieces of paperwork and a lot more money thrown at it every year. But I'm just happy that the situation sounded really sketchy at first, because when he called and got a hold of him or whatever, he sounded like a dead serious Boy Scout, you know, like D.o.t. officer, and I was like, oh, he's gonna throw the book at us, you know, and oh wait, you know what I'm saying? But I think we're good. We're just gonna get all those things in a row, make phone calls, get the paperwork taken care of. But let me know if you guys had any sketchy issues. I'll leave you with this story right now. If you made it this far, hell yeah, brother, in the comments. But when I switched my dad onto my truck, when I added my dad onto my title, it ditched the 45K registration sticker that I pay for every year. And I didn't know that for a year, because I was like, man, the registration is really cheap. And I just slapped a sticker on there, and I was like, where's my weight sticker? I was like, must have not shipped it or something. And then the next year I found out that I hadn't actually had the weight sticker. Went a whole year, didn't even know it. Oh, that could have been bad, but I paid it up now, so you gotta be real careful. DMV, they skip some T's and don't dot too many I's sometimes, and you know, there's a lot of paperwork going through that system, and it only takes one to really screw you up, if it's yours. We'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there and stay legal, even though it's a pain, but we gotta do it. See you.